Today, we are going to look at 8 used cars that you could get for around $3,000. We're also going to give some tips on how to go about finding one of these used cars. People cannot afford all these expensive cars like you, since you're a millionaire. Uh, let's
No,
go ahead.
$3,000 cars is where I live. That's why I have 8 cars. They all cost very little money.
All right, let's look at some used cars for under $3,000. Contestant number 1. I'm not advertising for these people. You know me, I like to window shop for used cars. So let's window shop. This is a 2011 Ford Escape, and this is $3,000. Look at this, Dane. This one is the 3-liter V6. This is the Duratec engine, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And 155,000 miles. I have
Wow.
seen these get way more miles than that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking this could last you a couple years pretty easy. What do you think about this one, Dane?
I think so. It looks almost like a new car. It's only got a little bit of rust in the back corners there. The paint and interior still looks pretty nice. Whoever cleaned this up at the dealership did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I
Or
like
it was
it.
well taken care of by the previous owner. But yeah, that's in a very good price range.
Let's see, one previous owner. That's what I'm talking about.
Wow. That's what you want too.
That's what you want. Somebody owned this car, took care of it. Now, throughout looking at these vehicles, I am going to try to give you some tips on buying used cars. And this is the first tip. You got to lower your expectations a little bit, but you still have to do your nerd research. You have to look at that title. It could be bad, but it can't be super bad. Okay. Maybe it's gotten in an accident. Okay. But not 4 accidents. Maybe it's got 2 or 3 previous owners. Okay. But not 5 or 6 previous owners. Let's not go crazy. We
Mhm.
have to have some standards still. Dane, do you agree with that?
I do agree.
Well,
Yeah,
look,
and
this
just
is
because
clean, man.
it looks good on the internet or marketplace or wherever you're looking for these vehicles, doesn't mean you make them an offer over the phone. Still
No,
go look at it. Don't tell them, don't say, will you take whatever? Just say, when can I look at it? And go look at it. Be ready to spend what they're asking, or be ready to, negotiate to wherever you feel it's worth, not just because you want to give less money.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, you still use all our tips. We made a video on how to negotiate the price of used cars, and you could check that out. Let me show you this, Dane.
Mhm.
This is,
This thing looks nice.
yeah, this is a Reddit post,
Mhm.
and this is not the same car, but it's similar. This guy says, I wanted to show off my first new car, 2011 Ford Escape V6. Look at that.
Mhm.
Oh, nice clean example. Papa, she's beautiful. 3-liter Duratec is a great engine with some basic maintenance and probably some minor repairs. The cars could last long. There we go. Nice, good condition. This guy had one very good and dependable car. Ours had 360,000 kilometers. I don't know what's that. What's that about 220,000 miles, something like
Yeah,
that.
that sounds about right.
All right, so there we go. We're going to lower our expectations, but we're not going to lower them to the floor. Let's try to get this vehicle get it up to about 200,000 miles, keep it a couple years, and you will be just fine like May wine. Let's look at the next vehicle, Dane. Look at this. The next contestant
Hey, now we're talking.
oh yeah, the 2008 Buick LaCrosse. This is similar to the Buick Lucerne, which I did a video on, but this is pretty much the same car. It's got the same 3800 engine. And this one only has 108,000 miles. Oh my goodness. Look at this.
That's not bad. In a
This
previous, show or video we did, we were talking about, the kind of people you want to buy cars from. And I would mention, like, when I buy a truck, I always find the one that was bought originally and always owned by an old man.
mhm.
Who do you
Grandpas are
think?
the
Who do you
best.
think drove this car?
Grandpa.
Grandpa or grandma drove this car, and
Oh
this is who
yeah.
you want to buy a car from. It wasn't driven hard. It was taken care of. When the weather's bad, like snow and rain, they were like, you know what? I can wait to go to the grocery store. I'm not going to bother. Miles are always low. They're always serviced well and on time. this is who you want to buy a car from. And
Look at that, Dane. One previous owner.
one reported accident. I'm guessing something minor.
Yeah, probably.
Probably
But
backed into
yeah.
something. You know what happens when you got the blue hair going on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm looking for. But you still get your mechanic to check it out. Here's another tip. We're gonna lower expectations a little bit when your mechanic checks it out. Maybe it needs a new battery, maybe it needs a couple new tires, maybe one of the power windows doesn't work. Look, you need a car, engine good, transmission good, all the other stuff you can fix later, okay? Or
Yep.
just leave it broke. I mean, you're driving it for 2 years. If one window doesn't go up,
Yeah,
just
at the end
leave
of
it
the day,
up.
it's a $3,000 car. Don't start fixing $100 and $200 things, and then
Yeah,
have another $3,000 in your car that's still worth three. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
understand what you're getting.
Exactly.
This thing looks brand new still. Looks
I
good.
know, man. I want to go buy. Where is this in New Jersey? I'm
Yeah.
about to drive to New Jersey and buy this. Let's go to the next contestant. We can't do Honda or Toyota, as we said before, because once you get a used car lot gets a Honda or Toyota, they think they have gold bars in the seats to what they want to charge for them.
Mhm.
So, but we could still look at some old Nissans. Oh yeah. This is kind of old. This is about 20 years old, but you know what? I think this could last a couple more years. I know my 2004 Toyota Camry, I'm expecting it to last another couple years. So let's look at this 2005 Nissan Sentra with the 1.8 liter engine and the automatic transmission. I believe this is a 4-speed.
Is it
It
a
does not have the CVT transmission. Thank you, God.
Yeah, the first CVTs in these Nissans were not good.
Yeah.
So yeah, the 4-speed auto and that engine doesn't make a lot of power, but you can't kill it. It's super reliable.
Yeah. So I was looking it up. It looks like I think around after 2006, they went to a 2-liter with the CVT transmission. That's the one you don't want to get. So
Yep.
that's why this one's a little bit older. But look, it's not in bad shape. This one's got one owner. So look, very simple. I love this engine too. This is
Wow, it's
very,
super clean.
very easy to work on, very clean. 153,000 miles. I think you could put another 50,000 on this baby and get in and out in a couple years and go ahead and sell it. I mean, it's the value is already so low. It's not going to get much lower in a couple years. Sometimes vehicles they hit a floor and they just kind of stay there. You may be able to drive this vehicle for 2 years, and as long as you sell it when it's working, sell the stock before it drops. As long as you sell it and it's still working, you might in 2 years, you might could sell it for like $3,200. Now you done drove a car for
This is a good way to
spending
buy a car. This is what
$300 for 2 years.
everything I buy, this is how I think about stuff is can I get back out of it what I got into it? So if I buy it really low and got to make some repairs, or if I buy it and don't have to make any repairs, what can I sell it for in a couple of years? Because I'm probably gonna get bored at that point. And you're 100% right. Like this car, you buy it, if you say you give them $3,500 for it, and all you do is drive it, change the oil, put fuel in it, and that's it. Well, in 2 years, you can probably still get $3,500 for it. You're in and out even money. All you have to do is pay insurance and fuel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a really good spot to be. You lost nothing. So on the flip side, you go and buy, let's say, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna get me a new car. I'm gonna get one that's like 3 years old. That's like a trade-in lease or something. In 2 or 3 years, you've depreciated $20,000. So
yeah, yeah.
if you want to be smart with your money, you get something like this.
Exactly. And here's one tip for buying used cars. You want to avoid sunroofs at all costs and do not even think about getting something with a pano roof, but avoid sunroofs. They leak, they break, they get to nothing but trouble. The sun is going to be there. Okay. You don't need to see the sun beaming through the thing while you're driving. If you want to see the sun, just kind of poke your head over. Look, the sun is still there. You don't need a sunroof.
I don't know, man.
They leak, man. They leak. And they got these little tubes that you're supposed to clean them out. Nobody ever cleans them out. And then they
No.
leak all over your electronics. My mom's Camry, I think it was a 92 or 94 Camry, leaked all over like a security computer. And now the alarm is going off. hate sunroofs. Avoid those on used cars, especially 20-year-old used cars. Let's look at the next contestant on buying inexpensive used cars today. There we go. Forget them sunroofs. The sun will come out tomorrow.
I kind of like them.
Oh, forget that. Don't listen to Dane.
I know. And
If
I've
you
got
have
one
to
in a-
have one, if you have to have one, clean out those little drain tubes.
Mhm.
At least blow them out with some air, or they make tools you could clean them out with. Make sure to do that at least if you have to have it.
Mhm.
All right, next one, 2008 Chevy HHR. Our friend Tom had one of these, and that thing had a whole bunch of miles on it. But look at this one, 184,000. And I think you could put another 30, 40,000 on this. What do you think about this one, Dan? You like this one?
Yeah, if you can get over how ugly it looks, they are incredibly reliable.
It's fine.
It's less than good.
It looks all right.
It's-
It don't bother me.
It's flirting with terrible. This one is a
Alright.
clean example of the car, but boy, it's one of the worst looking things that General Motors ever made.
No, it's not.
Oh
Dane,
yeah, it is. But
Dane don't know what he's talking about.
that's just my opinion. If you think it's pretty, that's all that matters. Buy the car
Alright.
that you want, not the car that everyone else wants.
You know what? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying about these cars. A lot of people like Dane think that they're ugly, but they look all right to me. And that's going to be better when you go to buy the car because nobody else wants it. And then you're the one who comes up and says, I'll buy it. And now you can negotiate with the price a lot. Okay. When it's a freaking Dodge Charger or Dodge Challenger, everybody wants it, the price goes up. Car that some people think is not attractive, price goes down. So there you go.
But then the same thing happens when you have to sell it.
Yeah, well, somebody will buy it. Look how clean this is, though. Look at that.
It is in good shape.
You remember how many miles Tom put on his car? I think
Well,
it
his was a fleet
over
vehicle. It was
200,000.
an old Serve Pro unit, so they would go to places that need to be cleaned up, and was driven by, I'm sure, many different drivers, but it had a lot. It was a fleet vehicle and was for like 10 years, and he drove the crap out of it for a while. But I
Yeah.
think he kind of got to the point where it was too ugly for him too, and he got rid of it.
All right. So yeah, that is just a little bit of a tip. Sometimes if it's a car that some people don't like, or a lot of people don't like, or maybe a car that has some bad paint, maybe it's got a dent on the side. Look, we're just trying to get to work, people. We're trying to
Yeah.
get to Walmart. Okay. We don't have to be living in luxury town. This one looks pretty good to me. The 2010 Ford Edge. Look at this. I've did a video on this. What is the best year? I like these, but I suggest you get the lower trim level. Okay. I did nerd research,
Mhm.
and 4 out of the top 5 mileage examples were the lowest trim, the SE. That is another tip for you. Get the lower trim one. Okay. We don't need to be living in fancy town. Or you like does this one look good enough for you, Dane?
It looks okay.
I like the way these look. These don't even look old to me.
No, they look modern still. There's a lot of
Yeah.
them around. You see them everywhere, so they're reliable. Yeah, they work good and get decent mileage. I think some of them have all-wheel drive. Some are
Yeah,
just
this one
front-wheel
is
drive.
this one is front wheel drive.
Well, okay.
So I say try to get the front wheel drive. Yeah, this one is front wheel drive. Get that one, less stuff to brake. You don't have to worry about your rear differential braking when you don't have one. And that is a tip. If you have a chance between getting the front wheel drive or all-wheel drive, get the front wheel drive, okay?
Depending on where you live.
Yeah, I mean, if you live in Snow Mountain, then maybe.
Exactly. If you live in Minnesota like me, you might want the all-wheel drive.
But I don't know. I think it also depends a little bit on how you drive. I had a rear wheel drive Mustang in northern Michigan, and I got around because you know what I did? I put a bunch of cinder blocks in the trunk so I could get more traction
Mhm.
when driving up snow hills, and I was able to be just fine. And this is a place where it snow every day.
Mhm.
Like every day in the winter it will snow, like every single day. It was
Oh,
snowing in April.
yeah.
It was no joke. But yeah, I like this Ford Edge. Now, as most people know, the water pumps on these are not easy to do. So keep your eye on the water pump. It's an internal water pump. It's not the only vehicle in the world with an internal water pump, but yeah, make sure that's not leaking. Change the coolant with factory fluids. And here's one more tip. Even though you're getting old vehicles, if you can afford it, I would try to get your parts from the dealership. Since COVID, I have been hearing the nerd research around the comments on the internet. Aftermarket parts are worse than ever. You're getting stuff that's bad right out of the box. Try to get your parts from the dealership, especially parts like oxygen sensors, catalytic converters. I know they're more expensive, but yeah, I try to when I go to AutoZone, I buy tools or I bought this Chevy hat. I'm not buying parts from AutoZone. Sorry, AutoZone, but that's the truth.
Well, here's the hack too. Yes, yeah. So like AutoZone and O'Reilly's and Napa, they have like their house brand parts or like the economy brand, parts, and a lot of times those are made cheap. But the parts that the dealerships get, so like with Ford, it's Motorcraft, a lot of it's AC Delco with General Motors. You can still buy those same parts that would be in a dealership from either a local store or online. So if you do the research to find out what the dealer would use, or maybe you can even call and ask, "Hey, what do I need for whatever?" And it might give you a part number. You can find it places other than a dealer a lot cheaper than dealer pricing. So little part hack
Yeah,
for you.
yeah. Sometimes you can figure out stuff like that. That's a good tip, Dane.
I do
Thank you
that
for that.
all the time
Yeah.
because
So here's another. Go ahead.
whenever I'm doing like engine builds or like late model or like engine swaps into older vehicles and stuff, I always use all OEM like sensors and like plug wires because that stuff just works awesome. You don't need a
Mm,
lot of the aftermarket stuff anyways, but I'm always getting like same stuff dealer level quality, but I just go through all the part numbers and sometimes it's on Amazon at like half the dealer price, but it's the same part.
all
Just
right.
search those part numbers, find it that way, save yourself some money.
Oh yeah, yeah, very good tip.
Hmm.
Here's a 2013 Ford Edge for 4,000. This one's got 234,000 miles. All right, I think you can get this. I think you can get 30, 40,000 miles on this. I've seen these over 350,000 miles. The one I did a video on, I actually went to the dealership and saw it
Hmm.
350,000 miles. So I think this baby got some life left. It looks pretty good. What do you think? You think that looks good, Dane? Blue. I like
Yeah, it
blue.
looks brand new. I love the color.
Yeah. So there you go. Ford Edge. This is the second generation Ford Edge. This one got three previous owners. All right. So not too bad. Not too bad.
Hmm.
Let's look at some Chevys, and then we got two more Chevys, and we'll talk about the next story.
Okay.
We know we got to talk about some Chevys here. This is a Chevy centered podcast, but we got to talk about other people sometime. All right. This is the 2009 Chevy Malibu, $3,000.
Hey, that's near me.
Yeah. Why don't you go get that, Dane?
I might have to.
I would get it. Get
If I
it.
needed another vehicle,
Very. Yeah, I think you need another vehicle, Dane. Look at this
I
interior.
just
Look how
bought another
clean that
vehicle
is.
actually. That looks nice.
That's clean, bro.
Yeah.
I like it.
Dang. Is this a one owner car too? It's gotta
Is
be.
it? It might be two owners.
Two,
Two
okay.
owners. All right. Two looks like two good owners,
Yeah.
but
These cars
yeah,
are real simple. They're very basic. They're not flashy, but they'll do what you need it to do, get you from point A to point B.
yeah, very easy to work on. No direct
Ecotech's a good engine.
injection, no
Hmm.
turbos. I think we could put another couple miles on it. Let's not go crazy and try to keep this thing for 10 years, but to have our lowered expectations a little bit, I think we'll be okay for a couple years. You could probably sell this in a couple years for 2,700. And look, now you spent $150 per year on vehicles.
Yeah.
Um, let's
Got
see.
new tires too, man.
Okay, so the tip for this video, not this vehicle in particular, but the tip in general is let's see if you're going to a used car lot, sometimes the check engine light might be on, but you must have your mechanic look at it to find out what is the code for. Now, let's be honest. If we are not in an emission state where we have to get a yearly emissions inspection, do we care if it's an evap code? I mean, evaporative emissions, there's a system in your car that keeps the little gas molecules from coming out of the gas tank. do we really care if that's on for evap? Now, let's be honest. If it's, I'm not going to worry about it. But if it's a misfire code, I'm like, well, no, maybe not. If it's an oxygen sensor code, maybe it just needs an oxygen sensor. We could throw oxygen sensor in there from the
Probably not.
dealership, not from AutoZone oxygen sensor, but
Yeah, get an
but
actual Bosch, sensor.
and don't ever get a universal oxygen sensor. Oh no,
No.
these are very specific sensors. But if it needs an oxygen sensor, I think we could do that. If the TPMS light is on, we'll be okay without that.
Yes,
If the
traction control, like the stability track,
mm,
throwing a warning light was fairly common in this generation. Do you really need the stability control? Nah,
learn how to drive.
exactly. Just drive it gooder.
It's probably just a wheel sensor anyway.
Yeah.
You can fix that later.
But
And that is the tip or the suggestion for this car.
I got one more.
Oh, go ahead.
That where you mentioned O2 sensor for a check engine light. A lot of times you'll have a O2 sensor lean or O2 sensor rich or something, and so and so at the dealer or their mechanic will say, "Oh yeah, it's just a sensor replacement, super easy to do." Well, if it's that easy to do, why didn't you do it? A lot of times those don't go bad. Those things are really robust. And what you'll have is either like burning oil causing it to run lean and throw a code, or something else like a plugged air filter causing it to be rich. There's usually something else that causes an O2 sensor light to come on. So keep that in mind.
Well, that is true, but see if it's a P0161, I think, is a system running lean. I might not get that because that is probably just a vacuum leak, but it could be something more serious. I
Mhm.
might you might do- you got to take this on a case by case basis. This is why you still have to have your mechanic check out the vehicle before you buy it. You can't just take one tip from the internet and just go with it and walk in there by yourself. Pretend like you're going to court and the mechanic is your lawyer. Okay. You're not going to go into court and represent yourself. You shouldn't go into a used car dealership without the mechanic. Now, this is what's going to happen. I'm telling you, this is what's going to happen. The mechanic is going to look at the car. He's going to find some things wrong. He's going to find this, that, and the other. But you have to think about this. This is just your homework assignment for stuff to fix later, as long as it's not too serious. Have your mechanic check it out. Yes, you're going to have to pay that mechanic $150, $100, whatever. When you talk to the people at the used car lot, be like, look, my mechanic found this, this, and this. I'm going to have to fix it. I want you to take $150 off the price. I have my cash right here. You could take the deal or not. And if they don't take it, walk right out of there. I bet you they'll call you as you're walking away. I bet you they'll call you when you're going down the road. That's what happened with my Camry, my
Mhm.
2017. I walked right out of that dealership and they called me, hey, where you going? Oh, could you come back? We'll lower the price. Yeah, I bet you will. So
Mhm.
that's how you do it. You're going to get your mechanic to check it out, but you're going to take that amount off of what you're paying. Now, if you find something really, really bad, look, you just spent $100, but you saved yourself thousands. So let's look at the next vehicle. This is the last one, Dane, and I know you're gonna like this one.
Is it a truck?
Kinda. It's a
Almost. Hey,
Tahoe,
now we're talking.
2008 Tahoe,
Dang,
$4,000.
that is cheap.
This one a little cheap, but it's got 250,000 miles on it.
It's
I
a lot.
think you could put another 20 or 30 on this. I think you could. It's clean. It's
Yeah,
clean as a jelly bean
those engines go over 300 all the time.
all the time. Now,
Mhm.
let's see. I don't know if this one has AFM, but if it does, look, you just got to listen for that tick. If you start hearing the tick, you're going to have to fix it. If not, keep it driving. Maybe somebody fixed it before you got it. You never know.
It has the tick, I guarantee it.
All right, let's see. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 5.3-liter engine. We
And
can put some more miles on that baby.
make sure when you check for that tick, that engine is cold when you get to the dealership. Open the hood,
Yeah.
put your hand on the exhaust. Make sure they didn't start it and get it warm for a few minutes before you came and looked at it. Because if it's warm a little bit, you won't hear that tick on startup.
Yeah. So yeah, we've talked about that before. Thank you for bringing up that tip, Dane. Surprise dealership, surprise, uh, surprise inspection, and watch out for this sunroof. All right, so you want to look for signs of water intrusion. Put your hand up there, put your hand on the carpet, make sure nothing feels like it's leaking. If it's not, you could go ahead and buy it, clean out those sunroof vents, and I think you could put another $50,000 on this, 50,000 miles on this car. Look how clean that is. Oh my gosh.
It looks brand new.
I like that one.
It's got the nice plastic wood grain.
All right. So yeah, that is what we have for our suggestions today, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any tips that you have for buying inexpensive used cars, let us know. Like I said, have your car prenuptial agreement in your head when you buy this car. I'm going to drive this for a couple years and then we're going home. We're not marrying these cars forever. Okay. Well, that's what we got. Thank you for tuning in. Let us know in the comments what you think.